Okay, recording. Okay, cool. Okay, we are recording right now. Wonderful. Hello, everybody. How are you this wonderful number two day in 2016? They call it Sweet 16. I like that a lot. And, for me, one of the key things that I'm saying in 2016, more money for me and we and you and everybody out there in the world. It makes the world go round, contrary to what a lot of people want to believe. I'm very clear about this for all of us to get to the next level. That's why they call it currency, nothing but energy. I call it an expression of love. If you spread the love by spreading the word, then everyone will prosper. Hi, I'm Ilan Bomani, and a lot of you know me, and some of you do not. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about my background and why you're here today. I have been in the world of finances I started my journey kind of haphazardly. I started out as a homeless mom with just $36 in my checking account. And within 18 months, I became a millionaire, investing in real estate and other wonderful business opportunities out there in the world. And out of necessity comes ingenuity. And in a nutshell, because of that tragedy and turning it into a triumph, I've appeared in the Louise Hay movie, the Talk TV show. I've been on all local TV stations, Fox, NBC. I've been in a BET reality show, National Choir, Black Enterprise, sharing my story and more importantly, educating other people on how they can achieve massive success in the world. And even today, that's what I plan on sharing with you. That's been my mission since I had my precarious situation because I knew I was not an anomaly. I knew that a lot of people were in the rat race. I know a lot of people were, having a job, which is just over broke, working for the boss from hell, and they needed a way out. And I found my way out. And so I knew that my story was going to be an inspiration to other people, to encourage them that real simply, there's nothing special about you that's not special about me, that if I can do it, you can do it too. You may want to call another vehicle, whatever the case may be. I am very clear that the same God, the same universe, whatever you want to call it for yourself, that's available for me is certainly out there for you. And that's how I live and that's how I run my life. And with that in mind, I'm starting out the new year with a mission in mind. And that is not only to achieve my wealth again, like I mentioned to you, several of you before, when that whole real estate debacle happened, well, yeah, I got caught up into the fray also. I've lost all of my real estate, had to foreclose on several pieces of property, went through a divorce, and because of that divorce, had to totally dismantle my real estate business, decided to relocate out here to ATL, and simply put, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to start all over again. And, with that in mind, by starting all over again, got involved with internet marketing, got involved with affiliate marketing, found my way to e-commerce and FBA with Amazon, and basically created six figures with that entity and built Fortune by Azon, a wonderful product that we have out there and many people are profiting from and making money, doing business with Amazon. And that has been a success for not only myself, but also the people that have joined my team. But with that in mind, I shared with you about a couple of weeks ago, I had a wonderful webinar sharing with you that I was on a mission, that I'm very clear that we make a decision to get to the next level. How we're going to be able to do that is real simple, that there's certain things that we need to put in place in order to manifest such greatness. And in order to be able to do that, well, the early bird gets the worm still applies. Benjamin Franklin may have created that statement, but we have definitely profited and benefited from it. So we're early. We're right now at the beginning. We're only on the second day of January. And lo and behold, about approximately a couple of months ago, here's my story of what I'm about to share with you today. I met a wonderful lady by the name of China, whom is doing very well in a particular business. Now this is one of our key strategies that we use here. As you can see, I'm on my Facebook page, and it's real simple. The easiest way that she marketed to me, real simple. She befriended me I befriended her. To be quite honest with you, she was very successful. I told you, if you want to be a millionaire in certain areas, You got to be coachable and a good copycat of other millionaires. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she beat me out of my first million. In a nutshell, she got there at 28 years of age, and I created my first million at 35. And she did it in a field that I created six figures in network marketing, but she did it at seven figures. So it's no shame in my game. Though she was younger than me, she was better than me in a particular area. So, I'm very astute. When I find somebody better than myself, it's no shame in my game. I will become coachable and a good copycat of what they do to achieve massive success. So in a nutshell, we befriended each other. And of late, she was basically sending out information in regards to a wonderful business that she was involved in that had everything to do with gold. So I'm gonna ask anybody out there, would anybody out there on this call like a piece of gold? Let me get some response here. Anybody out there would like a piece of gold? Let's see here. Let me check my. Yeah, wonderful. So anybody out there, I know anybody can hear me. Would you like a piece of gold? Anybody? Cool. Exactly. Most of us would not definitely turn a piece of gold down. Let me ask you another question. Would you like to possibly acquire that gold for free? I'm sure people would be more interested in that. Now, I'm not one to put out hype. Obviously, so many on this call, you know me very, very well. I'm only here to tell you the truth. But just now, what I just now shared with you, it is absolutely the truth. And one of the key things of when I created my first million was that I went and I told and shared this information about real estate investing with all of my friends, my close associates, my close business partners. And ironically, I didn't come with hype. I just came with sincerity about what I was going to do. Unfortunately, a lot of those people did not jump in on the bandwagon with me when I shared this information. Well, obviously, why would they? They're looking at me and seeing that I had no experience as far as money was concerned. I had no experience as far as real estate was concerned. Yes, I was a naturopathic doctor. I did have a private practice, etc. But when it came to money, did not have a great deal of experience in that arena. So a lot of my peers and friends, quite frankly, they did not believe me. Okay. But what I'm hoping that all of you on this call today, I hope you don't miss out on this great opportunity that I'm about to share with you, like so many did. Because there were two people that believed in what I was telling them. Because I told them that I was going to reach my millionaire status in 18 months. Actually, I told them within a year. Okay, I was a little late, but I know they're not mad at me now. And guess what I did with those individuals? I made those two other individuals millionaires too. It's real simple. Association brings on assimilation. Birds of a feather flock together. And so I know what I'm about to share with you. Please play close attention because I'm very serious and I'll tell you why. You see, before China contacted me and she was absolutely clueless to what my mission was all about, I already knew about gold. You see, I had been at a Robert Kiyosaki event where I paid about $5,000 to sit at a table with Robert Kiyosaki as he discussed the future. And this was 10 years ago. And he was basically discussing, the fact that he discussed that we needed to invest. Now, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, as I share this with you, because though it took me about 18 months, a short amount of time to become involved with finances, let me be very clear. I had my insurance license. I had my securities license, meaning that I was trading and also selling stocks and bonds and mutual funds to other people. Okay. I'm sure China doesn't know that about me now. I didn't get a chance to share that with her because it's more important what she was sharing with me. But the point I want to share with you is that it only took me not too long, but in a short amount of time. But when you're homeless, you learn real quickly, how to become wealthy. And basically, I studied and I got licensed in all of these categories I'm about to share with you. I've done trading in commodities, stocks, options, Forex, you name it, I've done it. Now, when I went to this meeting with Robert Kiyosaki to really figure out how to take myself and my team to the next level, he sat us down and he explained to us that we needed to focus on tangible assets. One of the key tangible assets that he recommended was that he wanted us to go into the area of real estate, tangible, physical. You can see it, feel it, taste it, and smell it, okay? The other key thing, he wanted us to get into gold. He didn't mention silver, he mentioned gold, okay? That's another thing he wanted us to invest into, okay? And so, with that in mind, we invested, he wanted us to do that. The other thing he wanted us to invest into was businesses, purchasing businesses, and the like, in order to build our wealth portfolio. So those were the three things that he felt would really, heighten our net worth and get us to the next level to prosper. Now, at the time when I went to see Robert, I was all dandy. I was all gung ho about it. Now, when he recommended the guy to get involved with the gold, unfortunately, everybody had jumped into the gold bandwagon. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why they did that in a nutshell was because the dollar was no longer what we think it to be. You know the game Monopoly? You know funny money? Well, unfortunately, the dollar falls into that particular category. And in a nutshell, right now, as you're well aware of, gold is selling in the thousands of dollars, and it is not going to go anywhere anytime soon because that's the only tangible asset out there that is truly of value and that is going to help you build wealth. But wait, hold on, wait a minute. Like so many of you on this call, I feel you and I can hear you speaking right now. That's lovely. But like many of you, back in the day when I was going to invest in real estate, like I said, I had $36 in my checking account. Okay. So what I'm very, very clear about, and like so many of you, I thought you had to be rich to invest in real estate. I even thought, even when I so-called had my scruples about prosperity and abundance, I even thought you had to invest in, have a lot of money to invest in gold. And I was sort of semi-right at the time because the only vehicle at the time, keep in perspective, that was available was for me to, you know, um, pay, $1,200 or more to buy coins and bullions in order to build my gold and put it in a vault and to build wealth for myself. And quite frankly, when I was presented with that opportunity, realistically knowing I was going to go through a divorce, etc., I could not make that financial investment. But it kept at the back of my mind. And in a nutshell, when I met China, when she sent out that email about gold, I went about the mission to find out what it was all about. I kind of already knocked myself out of the ball game because I thought I had to play it like the big boys and big girls. But now with this program that China's about to share with you today, guess what? The little guy can get into the game now. And not only get into the game, but if they play the game right and correctly, the way that I'm going to teach you how to play the game and the way that China is going to teach you how to play the game, not only will you be able to now invest in gold to build your retirement plan for some of you, because that's what my dream and that's what my goal is. Because I'll be the first to tell you on this call right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be 50 this year. Proud of that feat. I made it, I accomplished it, but I don't have a retirement plan. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm not an anomaly on this call. I have nothing to leave to my legacy, which is my children at this day and time. Because what I had to do, ladies and gentlemen, when I found out myself in financial perils, back when I told you I was going through a divorce and I had to relocate to ATL, guess what I had to do? I had to cash out my mutual funds, my stocks, my bonds, my insurance policies, etc., so I could buy my house here in Atlanta. Because my credit was shot free and clear in Atlanta. I had to cash in all my funds. And more importantly, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I had to cash in my kids' college education. So I pause for the cause here to say to you that millions of people lost not only their homes, but they lost their retirement plan. Okay, they lost their future. And so many of you on this call already know you're a part of it because it was a large percentage of people that had to go through that type of experience. I was not the only one. So now with this opportunity, we're not only going to share with you how you can use this gold as a retirement income or as a part-time income and full-time income business opportunity. So we got a retirement plan for you. We got a business opportunity for you in addition to that, just by sharing it with some close, good friends. Okay. This will afford you the opportunity not only to bless yourself, but also to bless other people. But while you're blessing other people, let me share with you the blessing that comes back to you. If you follow the system, you get your gold for free each and every single month. 2 to 5 grams of gold into your vault. That will be handled for you. If you like, it can be sent to you via Federal Express, via to your front door. Complete 24 karat gold, complete certificated, or it could be put into a wonderful offshore account that can prepare for your future. But before I bring China in, it's going to really break it down to you and share her phenomenal story. I want to share this last piece of information so you can really see what I'm talking about and really see what money is all about today. You see, when I was going through that situation where I had to make the decision to relocate her out here to ATL, and I was getting all my finances together, one of the key things that I had to do was I had to, when I cleared out my insurance policy, which was a VUL, Virtual Universal Life Policy, had a mutual fund attached to it. So I had, within that mutual fund, I had accumulated and saved up $20,000. But because of the whole real estate debacle and because the stock market had crashed, okay, I was only able to cash out $13,000 of that insurance policy. So I lost $7,000. Let me ask you a really important question here. Would I have done better by putting my money underneath a mattress as opposed to having that insurance policy? No brainer. $13,000 or $20,000. I would have my $20,000 principal still intact if I just put my money underneath the mattress. Okay. The reason why I'm sharing this with you, which is so important, is the fact that I want you to really fully get this. That same $20,000 though, 10 years ago, if I had invested that into gold, okay, with the rate of inflation, not only I've definitely been guaranteed to get my principal back, but would have had a whole lot more. So it's all about the vehicle and where you put your investments in. And last but not least, I want you to really get this point. Just the other day, I was looking at my IRA that I got a couple years ago to kind of look at it as a wonderful tax write-off to make sure it's either give it to Uncle Sam or create an IRA, a retirement plan. Well, it was $5,000, ladies and gentlemen. And I just looked at it last week. I've had it for 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut to the chase because I usually ask people a question. If I've had $5,000 locked up for 2 years into an IRA, how much do you think that IRA, as far as interest, did I make off of that? Well, I'm going to tell you how much I made. I made a whopping $60.85. I want you to hear me now. A $5,000 investment, 2 years later, I have to make up it. It's less than $100. So I want you to think, if I keep on doing that year after year, putting $5,000 into that bank account, the rate of return of investment is less than 1%, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got gas going up 100%. We've got food going up 200%. We've got, the housing going up. I mean, they're in the hundreds percent. They're in the tens, 50%, 75%. And with the rate of inflation, our money is not catching up with it. So that dollar today is not going to be worth much tomorrow. But with gold, it is an inflation buffer. Okay? And you're hedging your bet in the right move. So I'm already in it to win it because I see the vision. Now I'm going to let China come in and I'm going to share with you her story. This is her beautiful face right here with, she's the one that's in the center. As you can see, I'm circling her right now. And this is her team that she's building. And this is her mentor over here that unfortunately recently, we're going to say our prayers and blessings to him, has passed away with the company. And his name was Dan. But the company's completely solid and doing very, very well. And I'm going to let China fully share her experience, but I'm going to share with you a little bit about her background. Basically, she is from New Orleans. It's her hometown. She lives right now in Atlanta, Georgia. She's a proud mom, and she's been married for 14 years, a feat China, unfortunately, I've not been able to accomplish yet. We're going to still put hope in the universe for that. She's happily married. She, like I mentioned to you earlier, with another previous network marketing company, she had the privilege and pleasure of becoming a seven-figure earning, a millionaire with that company. So we know that network marketing works. But wait, hold it. Let me share this with you. This is not a network marketing company I'm bringing to you. This is affiliate company that I'm bringing to you. So hold your horses as far as that is concerned. The next thing I want to share with you in regards to China is that they call her the wonderful marketing maven because of her massive success. And also, she's known as Dr. China Bethley, and she is also a minister. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to bring this phenomenal lady in the house right now. China, can you hear me? And we are ready to hear what you have to share with this wonderful listening audience.
Hey, absolutely, Elon. I can't hear you, and I'm just really enjoying your passion and hearing your story. I don't know that I heard it that detailed, and so I just appreciate you being so transparent and sharing your expertise and your experience in the areas that most people have followed suit about. So, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you very well. And let me just make sure with my audience that they can definitely hear you too. Let me just minimize this. Okay, we're doing so good here. So, okay, everybody hear China? Everybody can hear her really well, so we can continue on. Make sure everybody can see my screen. Okay, cool. All right, we did get a response. Okay, China, I'm gonna let you take it away and share this wonderful opportunity with individuals.
Absolutely. So once again, Elon, I really just thank you for seeing this. I know initially when we spoke, you did your due diligence afterwards and really looked into it, and of course, you had some, education, background education about gold, and of course, having an opportunity to sit down with Robert Kiyosaki and talk about that many years ago. He's serious about gold. One of the things that he always says is that savers are losers because if you're saving something that's depreciating and constantly declining, though the habit of saving is good, you're still losing. And so we work very, very closely with the teachings of Robert Kiyosaki because though he's made a lot of money in real estate, the way that he protects that money is by saving it in gold. And so you were definitely dead on with that. And I'm excited to be here. So I want to say Happy New Year to everybody out there, no matter where you are in the world. Happy New Year to you guys. And I love the title of Elon's presentation, New Year, New Money, New Moola. We're at a point where people are definitely making a decision. And for me, I had gotten involved in this amazing opportunity while I was on bed rest. I had gotten a phone call from one of my business partners. She and I had done very well. We made a couple of $1 million together before in a previous business, and she's on TV right now doing well with Bravo. She and I had done a reality show together that she went on to do more TV. And all of it was about finances. We were showing people how they could become successful in a business model that was not traditional. And so we were having just a conversation about what was happening with the treatment, yada yada. And she mentioned gold. Well, for me, I'm a woman of God, and the funny thing about this, I had a dream 7 days prior to our conversation that did not make a lot of sense to me at the time. I had a dream about gold, and the dream was about her. And I'm thinking to myself, am I supposed to invest into one of these cash for gold places? I started looking at them, but it didn't align because the cash for gold place took gold away from the community. It took gold out of the hands of the people and gave them something that I know was worthless. And so when she said gold to me, I would not let her go. She then allowed me to hear a call, and I didn't need any more information. She was trying to let me see a video and go through the proper steps, and I was like, I don't need anything. I'm in. The product is gold. The product is real. Now, this is a woman who of course, like Elon, you know when you have a relationship with someone what they stand for. This is a
Yes.
woman whose husband had bought her an oil well for her birthday the prior year. This is a woman who was absolutely living a debt-free life. Her cars were paid for, their aircraft, by the way, they have two planes were paid for, and so I didn't have to question. the credibility of what was bringing me this opportunity. So I dived in with 2 feet. I was not going to stick my pinky to it and try to figure it out. What I did not know at the time, however, was what was happening in the global economy. Now, here's the thing. I'm a global ambassador to the United Nations at large. Now, what that simply means is access. I got the ambassadorship through ministry, that gives me an opportunity to do some amazing, amazing things. But it also allowed me to have access to some incredible people around the world who had some major, major insight. And this stuff began to really blow my mind as to what was going on, because the rest of the world viewed the United States completely different from the way we viewed it on the inside. The rest of the world viewed the US dollar completely different from the way we viewed it here in America. And it just was mind boggling to realize that, wait a minute, the dollar is depreciating so quickly. We're in $20 trillion of debt. Countries around the world are beginning to depeg themselves away from the US dollar, and we're still the world reserve currency. Well, as of recent, the Chinese yuan, who's been in making of this and planning for this for many, many years, has now joined that basket. I don't want to say too much language that people may not understand on the phone. I'm going to keep this real simple because it really is simple. My point is they have a serious plan, and the plan that they have for your retirement and the plan that they have for your future will not benefit you if you don't know what's going on and know how to protect yourself. I believe that the most important economy is the one with your address on it, and no one is going to come and save you. No one is going to be thinking about you and your family if you are not taking information like this and applying it so that you can protect what you're working so hard for. So with the plan that we're involved in now, this opportunity really allows the masses of people who ordinarily would not be able to afford gold an opportunity to get gold now by the gram. Right now, gold is going for about $58 to $60 a gram. That's somebody's Starbucks habit for the week. And so now it puts the masses of people in position to begin to diversify their portfolio, have real ownership of gold, real tangible asset. I'm not talking about stocks where you have paper gold. I'm talking about physical ownership. It's also gold that's sovereign. That means that no country owns it. So no country could come back and say, well, we're not doing so well right now. We need to seize that. We need to confiscate it like they did before. And so I love that it's not just an American minted coin with an eagle on it, that if the United States, decided to go down, which they're headed down right now, they would have an opportunity to say, listen, you registered your gold. We know you have it. I can come and knock on your door. We need to get that gold back. Okay, we know in 1971, President Nixon took us off the gold standard. So right now we're really dealing with a paper fiat system. And so the money that people are working hard for and investing in all of these things for is really only what you believe it is. And once the confidence is lost in the US dollar, it goes down. So here's what's happening. It's going down in the rest of the world. People are depegging themselves away from it. There's something called BRICS Nation, and that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, who created an alliance to depeg themselves away from the US dollar because of what I'm saying. So here's what you have wealthy doing, ultra wealthy, high net worth individuals. They are literally getting gold by the boatload. I want you to check out the country China. One of the reasons that the IMF and Christine Lagarde, who is the managing director of the IMF, allowed them to become a world reserve currency inside that basket. And I'm hearing a little bit of feedback, Elon. I'm not sure
Can you hear me
if
now?
everybody else hears it. Yeah, no, I can hear you, but I was hearing a little feedback. I didn't know if someone else was on a moderator or what it was, but I was kind of hearing some background. Okay, so but it's clear now, so thank you.
Okay.
So China, the country, has really made a power move, guys, and I don't know if we really understand what that means here in the U.S. But the U.S. is not happy about what's going on. And I know we're seeing a lot of news about terror, but real wars are created over things that's happening right now with money and what's happening with currency. Well, China had begun to buy up boatloads, guys, of gold, metric tons of gold to really back their currency. And so now they're a major game changer. Russia has begun to do the same thing. They begin to get so much gold. So that now they're able to operate at a different level. So high net worth individuals who have millions of dollars to get pallets of gold are moving huge portions of their portfolio into gold. Why? Because they can see what's coming. They know that we're coming into a huge crisis. What you see right now on your screen is exactly what our gold looks like. This is one of our Our cards, our specialty cards, our gold is actually embedded into the center of a credit card size card. The card works as the gold's protection as well as the gold certification. And so what you're seeing is a gram of gold that's going for about $58 to $60 a gram that you can actually have delivered to your door or stored in an offshore vault. Now, this credit card has all of the certification on it. You have to know that our gold is a SAID. You have the weight and quality of the gold on it. You have a unique serial number on this gold right on the gram that shows you that the gold is unique and registered to you. Our gold comes from an LBMA certified refinery and mint. And that means that our gold is on a good delivery list, and a gold can be used to settle debt, and that is recognized by banks and governments around the world. So we're talking about gold as money. It's 24 karat, 999.9 pure gold bullion bar. So what I'm excited about, guys, is that it puts the masses of people in a position to prepare for what's coming. Unfortunately, the plan that's coming down the pipeline is not going to benefit the middle class at all. And then the lower class guys is going to be just completely devastated. This is the only opportunity we have. Let me say that again. This is the only opportunity we have, because it's the last opportunity that we have to position ourselves to experience a serious wealth transfer. I had an opportunity to do a movie. The film Black Friday is a film that I did a few months ago, and it's out now and it's getting rave reviews around the world. And this film was all about economics, especially culturally. And the reality is right now, a lot of times, guys, we're kind of at the end of the line, jumping in at the last minute on things because maybe it's not trending, depending on what you're involved in and what your conversation is like with those that you're associated with. This is usually not being talked about. But the reality is there is a solution to this problem. But the problem is that most people are unaware that there is a problem that's going on right now. For most people, they're not talking about this. They're still focused on what celebrities are wearing or what they're doing. And this is not a conversation for the most part that's being had at the table when you're sitting down eating dinner with your family. But there is a huge, huge epidemic that's going on right now. And they're planning to wipe out the middle class. And this is the last opportunity, guys, the last opportunity we have to help as many families as possible to get on this wealth transfer. Because a recession and a wealth transfer happens at the same time. It happens simultaneously. A recession is money moving swiftly away from someone because they were not prepared. They did not know, like what happened in 2008 and 2009. Well, let me tell you something. It was those years, 2008 and 2009, that I made some of the most money that I had ever made at that time. So for me, I didn't experience a recession. I experienced a wealth transfer because money never leaves the earth. It simply transfers from those that were not prepared to those that were. Mm. And this opportunity is putting everyone who is hearing my voice right now in a position to be prepared, because here's what I'm saying. If you don't have any gold, physically, tangibly, you will not be prepared. Mm-hmm. We're encouraging you to get gold by the boatload. I'm not saying this just because I'm passionate about this company. I'm telling this to you because you have to pay attention to the indicators that are around the world. These countries are not hoarding gold like this for nothing. You got Sean Diddy Combs, who was on Watch What Happened Live. Forbes reported him as one of the most, in fact, the most financially savvy and successful hip-hop artist, who was worth $735 million. And guess what he said on national TV that most people missed because they were more focused on what he had wore at the Met Gala and who he was dating. He told Andy Cohen that, yeah, Forbes was right. I am worth $735 million. Andy Cohen said, well, how much cash do you have on you right now? He said, I don't have any cash on me right now. He said, in fact, I do like cash, and I prefer to be paid in cash. He said, but I'm transferring to gold. Mm. Now, this is something that happened in the urban community that clearly was missed. Because for most people, they were focused on the fact that he was wearing Ralph Lauren, and that who he was dating and what was happening with past relationships. They missed the most important statement that he made. He's worth $735 million, and he sees a very huge value and transferring his money to gold so he can protect it. So the question is, how much gold do you have? Or did you even know that you could afford it? This program allows you to open up an account for free. We are a gold savings program. We're actually an e-commerce company that provides an offshore account to anybody who opens up an account in 120 countries around the world for those people that are 18 years or older. You open up this account. All we ask you is for two simple forms of identification, just like they would at a bank, which is a form of ID like a license or a passport and a current bill. That's it. Once you open up that account, you can now begin to transfer some of your declining dollars into gold. There is no minimum requirement for the gold to be delivered to you via FedEx. So if you wanted to deliver 1 gram at a time, you could do that. If you don't deliver it, we're going to store it in an offshore accredited vault for free. For free. Listen, we're talking about gold. That's a wealthy conversation. We're talking about having an offshore vault, an offshore account. That's a wealthy conversation. Because when you think about the movies that you've watched and you've seen the real wealthy people, the real wealthy ones, and you had an opportunity to see them open up their safe, you never just saw paper. You always saw gold bullion. And they always talked about an offshore account. So now you see that the company is providing an opportunity for the masses to operate like the ultra wealthy. The visionary of this company, Mr. Harold Seiss, is a gentleman who is so innovative. You know, this guy was a financial advisor back in 2008 and 2009 when everything really collapsed for most people. But this is when he got a huge amount of respect because he took his client's portfolio and exploded it. What do I mean? He diversified them before the bubble. Guys, he moved their portfolio from paper into gold, and these people earned big time. So it gave him great respect amongst his clientele, but also huge recognition in the gold arena. But it was in that time that he realized the average person doesn't have millions of dollars to move and to get, you know, these bricks and pallets of gold. I want to provide something for the honest working person to help them to protect their portfolio as well. I want to put gold, the highest quality of gold, in the hands of the masses of people around the world, 1 gram at a time. And so in 2011, he launched Carat Bars International. And he launched this company so that he could help the masses of people protect what they were working so hard for. And so, guys, I'm excited. I've been a part of this company now for a year and a half, for 18 months. I made it to the top of the company on bed rest. Every piece of gold that I get is for free because I'm sharing the word and spreading the word. And when you decide to spread the word, now it's free for you to open up an account. So for those of you that just want to protect your portfolio, start to get some gold, know and be confident that it's the highest quality gold on the market at the best price available, then you open up your account. You get the link from Alon, and you open up your account, and you upload those documents and start trading your declining dollars into gold. Now, the people who want to take it a step further and say, wait a minute, I don't want to leave out my family members and friends. You have companies like Overstock.com that's telling their employees to stock up on food, stock up on water, and stock up on gold. You have an article that went out from Bank of America that's telling their investors, get gold quick, get as much of it as you can. Because what most people don't know is that what happened in Greece recently, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but recently in Greece, they did what they call a bank holiday, which was really a bail-in. They bailed in on the citizens' money. The people were standing in line wrapped around corners in front of an ATM machine because they couldn't get into a bank. Now, let's think about that for a moment. Is everything that you worked so hard for connected to your bank? Connected to a deposit account? Because actually, in one of the bills that was recently passed with Obamacare, it was such a long bill that embedded inside of that bill, guys, most people didn't read it, but embedded inside of that bill was the bail-in. So should the economy go belly up, the banks go belly up, they said, listen, in 2008 and 2009, we did a bailout. We can't afford to do a bailout anymore. But we do know where we can get the money from. We can bail in on a citizen's the money that's in the account for the citizens, and we will be restricted of how much we can get. Now, this is for all deposit accounts, checking account, saving account, money market account, safe deposit accounts. They could use your money. People are experiencing right now. Listen to me. This is public information. We have all the news articles on our Gold Mine Group page, because once you become a part of our movement, you have all this access. And they were talking about how this lady went into the bank and she wanted to get out 5 figures on the low end, closer to 10,000, and she had to fill out all this additional paperwork. And she was like, "What is going on? What is this?" It was almost like she was getting a loan. And she said, "I just want to get my money out of the bank." And the people called security on her, told her that she was being hostile, to the point that they got security on her to control her because she wanted to get her money out of the bank. What the heck is going on? And so these stories begin to pop up all over the place, to the point where she had to shut her account down. Because here's what we don't know. You're almost like a stockholder on your own money now. Once you deposit into the bank, it's no longer really yours. And so now you have all of these restrictions in place for your money. It's almost like you are getting a loan. And so we educate you along with this process to say, listen, this is what's happening. This is not about politics. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about the most important economy, which is the one with your address on it. So if you don't know that this is going on, then you find yourself on the worst end. So when you become an affiliate, you help to get the word out. You help your family members and friends to know. And the company says, we're going to reward you for your time, and we're going to reward you for your efforts. So every time you help someone else to open up an account, you benefit from it. And once you get to the place where you're earning at least 200 euros a week, we're going to give you, we're going to pay you in gold and in cash. So it's not coming from your pocket, but it's coming from the system that you're getting paid in gold. Now, here's what's so important. Whether you decide to make money with the system or not, what you must do, because becoming an affiliate is optional, but what should not be optional for anyone on this call is them having gold. Get gold, get it aggressively, buy low, and stack high. This is an opportunity for you to get in on something for the last time. This is the last opportunity to get in on something before this huge paradigm shift happens. Now, let me just say this in closing. Because the country China is going to be so huge at decision making, they are predicting that right now an ounce of gold is about $1,100 an ounce. They're predicting that it's going to go up to $100,000 an ounce. Now this is an article that came out. Now whether you think that's aggressive or not, let's say 50,000, let's say 10,000. But if you're able to get a gram of gold right now for $58 a gram, and then it goes up by the ounce to 10,000 an ounce, what just happened to your portfolio? Unlike what happened to Elon's, you multiplied your money. Here's the reality. 40 years ago, a gram of gold and a dollar was running neck and neck. 40 years ago, a gram of gold would get you 5 loaves of bread. 40 years ago, a dollar would have gotten you 4 loaves of bread. You fast forward to today, a gram of gold will get you 25 loaves of bread, and a dollar won't even get you a loaf. So if you're saving your money, where would you most likely want to save it, knowing that? Gold is real money. I call gold God's money. When you look at the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, gold is all through it. So now it's time to get back to something that has a real intrinsic value, and not just paper that's worth less and less and less, that's being printed out of thin air from the Federal Reserve, that's only as powerful as you believe it is. But the truth is, right now, listen to what I'm saying to you, right now, it has no real value on it, no different from monopoly money. And once the smoke and mirror clears, the middle class is going to feel it the worst. So with that being said, guys, for those that want to become an affiliate, we have 4 options for you. Elon jumped in, and she was not playing with this thing. She understands the way these type of business models work, and she jumped in straight at the top. The top package is usually about $2,100, but guess what? Elon was able to pay about $1,600 for that package. It took her to the top of the compensation plan. She got gold in her kit, beautiful business kit. It gives her the opportunity to earn 20% every time she refers someone to become an affiliate. And she also earns $100 every time she cycles. Now, that's a lot of information that we're not going to cover just yet on this call, but just know, cha-ching, she's at the top of the compensation plan. The earning potential is through the roof. The next option is close to $800. It's one-time cost for you for any of the packages. It gives you an opportunity to earn now 15% direct commission, but also $75 every time you cycle, which really takes it to closer to 40% that you can earn when you bring somebody in. The third option is our silver option. It's right at about $400 one-time cost to you. You'll get gold with all three of these options. And this one will take you to 10% direct commissions and $50 every time you cycle. We have a solid system in place. We have some marketing tools in place that will help you to leverage online and social media, that will give you drip campaigns and autoresponders and things like that so that you can automate your business, whether you're doing it full-time or part-time. We have a phenomenal team of leaders. The gentleman that you saw in that picture is Big Dan Boomer, who recently passed away, and we were completely just devastated. This is a guy who was a true leader. He laughed all the time. He helped anybody. He would give you the shirt off of his back. If he had $100 in his pocket and you needed it, it was yours. This guy positioned his family, though, to experience a true legacy. This was a guy that was a repo man, had no experience in any type of marketing, but knew that he needed to do something different. Now his wife is sitting on a ton of gold, literally, and a whole lot of residual money that's coming in every month, and money that's coming in every single week. And though there's nothing that can replace her husband coming back, she is absolutely set for life financially. Their children are set for life financially. Their grandchildren are set for life financially because of one decision that he made to do it today and not tomorrow. So as we just allow his legacy to live on, I'm going to say to you, do it today, not tomorrow. Today. This is the beginning of a new year. Draw a line in the sand and say, I'm going to participate in this wealth transfer and not the recession. Because right now, you can still choose. With that being said, Elon, thank you so much. I'm here for questions, but I'll turn it back over to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm like, I was a fan. I'm sitting here enjoying this. I'm like, woo, 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 woo. I really enjoyed that immensely. I got motivated. Usually I'm the motivator, but I got motivated by the motivator. Thank you so much, China, for sharing that phenomenal information. And you know what? I'm going to begin by asking some questions. And one of the questions that I have for you is that one of the things that we that you mentioned was that people could, let's say they just wanted to be a customer. You mentioned to me in regards, I shared with you that I want to take my IRA, my $5,000 IRA, and basically transfer it into gold because I realize it's not going to do any justice in an IRA account. Is that possible? And could you expound on that a little bit? If people have other type of investment vehicles that they're using and want to transfer it into the gold because they see it more profitable and beneficial for them.
Absolutely. We have two options for that. I actually just did it for a gentleman day before yesterday. He moved 5,000 from an umbrella investment that he had that was not performing well, similar to what happened with your IRA. He looked at it. I want to say he had it for 2 or 3 years, and it just wasn't performing. It wasn't doing anything for him. And he knows that, just like you said, with the concept of taking the money and putting it under the mattress, he could have did that. He didn't lose, but I mean, really, he wasn't gaining. And so he moved $5,000 into gold and was so happy about it. Just feeling like, wow, this is what I needed to be doing to protect my family, especially for where they're predicting gold to go. Right now, gold is it's kind of like smoke and mirrors. Gold, oil, and silver is kind of like the three musketeers. So the fact that your prices at the gas tank is kind of low right now is no surprise because they want to keep it down so that the average person would not look to gold as a good place to put their money. Like some of your speculative investors will say, gold is not performing so good right now. The prices are low. Well, listen, let's just think about that. Buy low, stack high. You want to buy it while it's low. So that's crazy to me. But my point for saying that is that this is not speculative investment. Okay, this is you protecting your future. This is you getting gold so that you can live off of it, so that you can buy land, buy oil wells, buy aircraft, but more importantly, buy food. So that when you're going into grocery stores and you're going into gas stations, in the very near future is going to say, bring in your gold for gas, just like they're saying, bring in your gold for cash. So when your dollars are not worth anything anymore and you're needing $20 for a gallon of gas, if you got gold, then that's going to be the best option for you, because now your goal that you got at a low point is going to get you a lot further than taking $20 per gallon of gas. So when the prices of gold goes up, the price of gas is going to go up. So the price of everything is going to go up. So the benefit to you taking pieces of your portfolio that's not performing well in different places and putting it to gold is going to prepare you for that time. That's going to be in a closer future than you think it is. So we do have a program that you can actually transfer it over, but I'll be honest with you, that program, the list to do it is such a long list on it that people have begun to just take the money out. Some people have been hit with certain penalties and stuff like that, but they're it's not performing. I mean, they want to take it out where they don't lose anymore. Okay,
Right.
and they want to do it before the dollar just bottoms out. So they're like, yeah, look, my mom took out her 401k completely. Listen to what I'm saying to you. She took the penalties and all, okay? And she put her money in gold because she said, for number one, I don't know what they're planning to do with my money. And if what happened in 2008 and 2009 happened again, I'm going to be completely wiped out. So let me control what I'm going to do with it. And so a lot of people are making a decision just to move their money from where it is and where it's not performing and where it's not secure and putting it into something solid. Gold has never defaulted. And that's important for everybody to. It has never defaulted, and so people are definitely moving their gold from umbrella investments in different places. I mean, from their umbrella investment in different places and putting it into gold. So you definitely have the opportunity to do just that. Many people are doing. One guy, he moved about $150,000 recently. I want to say about a month ago, and we have these testimonies all the time. And the reason that he got Carabar gold opposed to getting ounces, because he could have got ounces and probably could have got a little bit of a better deal with that type of money. I'll be honest with you, because like anything else, we're giving it to you by the gram so that the masses could afford to get it. But the reason he did it is because we have ownership of our gold. He said, when I weighed the pros and cons, the ownership was more important to me, that I would really own it. Because yeah, I could have got some gold, but I know that the United States owned it. And if anything happened with this country, like I know we're headed for, then guess what? And if we're talking about from a financial standpoint, okay,
Mm.
then guess what? They can come back and take that gold. So
Wow.
I'm not interested in that. So yeah, that's important to know. So the
Yes.
gold arena is not as it's like the car business. There's so many different levels to this. We're talking about the highest quality, and we're talking about pure ownership. What most people don't know is that they're really leasing. They're really leasing.
Mm.
Yes, it's
I did
important
not
to
know
understand.
that. I did not know that.
Yes, yes, yes. You are the hoarder of the gold if you have United States gold. Any country gold, for that matter, really. I mean, if the country goes belly up, then they can do something like they did in the 1930s and come knock on your door and seize your gold, because it's theirs. So it's like the car industry. For number one, you have Toyotas and you have the Lamborghinis. We provide to you the Lamborghinis, the Rolls Royces of the gold, because it doesn't get any higher than what we provide. We have the type of gold that is in central banks, the type of gold that countries are owning right now. There's other gold that's out there. And I tell people this all the time. You can't talk to me about a Toyota when I'm offering you a Lamborghini and think that we're having a real conversation in comparison.
Right.
But if you don't know that gold is like that, then you're telling me about your $2,000 Toyota that you bought, and you can't even buy a part on a Lamborghini for $2,000. And so we're saying to you, that's why our prices are so competitive, because on our level, there's nothing to compare it to. So my point for saying what I said just now was that people have moved their money, pulled it out, and put it into gold, which is their own account that they manage, direct, and control. They can store it in an offshore vault, or they can have it delivered to their door via FedEx.
Okay, wonderful. Next question I have for you, as far as not just, individuals, what about like organizations like churches and things of that nature? Can we bring this opportunity to them also? And they do it as a group.
Absolutely. The woman that brought me in is a pastor. Her name is Jewel Tanker. Her and her husband, Ben Tankard, are in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and they definitely are pastors. And I actually started a movement about 2 years ago now, about a year ago now, actually, called Preparing the Kingdom. Because what we found is that the church was actually being run by the government because they were in such distress for funds. Here's what I mean by that. I don't want anybody to get uncomfortable. I'm a woman of God, but I keep it all the way real. And one of the reasons that things are going the way they're going is because they were so strapped for money they had to get these 501c3s, and when you do that, you are limited to what you can do and restricted on certain things that you may want to do. And so, because they didn't have their own economy established, they were at the beck end of the government. And so we're helping the church to be independent of that. We're preparing the kingdom of God to not have to depend on the government for money, and helping them to establish their own economy, because every kingdom has an economy. And so what we do is we go into the ministries. Now, we know pastors are not interested in presenting a business to their congregation. And you don't have to with this. Remember, we're not selling a product. This is not lotion, potions, and pills. That's not what this is. This is a currency exchange from paper currency to real sound money. That's what this is. So you're not buying anything. You're just saving in a different way. So now the church is empowering the congregation to save their money and protect what they're working so hard for, establish legacies and build wealth. And the church is benefiting because they introduced the congregation to do it. They're earning a percentage of everything that moves. So now it's a win-win. The church can have a building fund that's being funded. The congregation is being empowered because now they have gold added to their portfolio, which, by just so you know, if you own gold, you are now in the top 1% of the world. So for those of you who want to join us in the top 1% of the world, all it takes is you opening up your account and beginning to transfer your dollars into gold and beginning to accumulate this level of gold so that you can join us in the 1%ers, as the 1%ers. And so churches absolutely are coming on. We recently signed up Dr. Jamal Bryant, Bishop Jackie McCullen. For those of you who know ministry, you definitely know who these people are. One of my greatest mentors was the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe. I sent some of my business partners to speak to him while I was on bed rest. We have this on video. He told them, listen to me, if you know anything about Dr. Miles Monroe, I tell you right now, you might just take this, and this may be the piece to help you make a decision. He said, tell your people. I mean, he urged us. You could just hear it in his voice. He said, tell your people to get as much gold as they possibly can and lock it down. Do not sell it, because it's going to be gold that's going to be the foundation of all currencies moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
He said, they do not want you to know this information. This is why the price of gold. Now I'm diverting. Now I'm just letting you know why they did not want us to know this information, because the price of gold is purposely being held down and being manipulated so it's not attractive to your financial advisors and speculative investors, so that by the time they realize what just happened, it's too late, because you won't even be able to afford it. That means that if you get it at this price point, you're going to benefit just like the wealthy benefit. But if you wait until it starts to look attractive in the market from a speculative investor standpoint, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late, because for most people, they will absolutely not be able to afford it. So we bring on large organizations, sororities, fraternities, ministries, community groups all the time. And I mean, it is a win-win-win all the way around the board.
Wonderful. Well, what I want to share with everybody right now, anybody else have any questions they would like to ask? And I'm going to tell you what you want to do next once I get those questions answered for you. Anybody want to have any questions that you want to ask? Please do it now. Okay. Okay, China. What a couple of people want to know is, can you go over the business plan or opportunity aspect of it, as far as the VIP, the gold, and the silver? If you could share that information once more.
Yes, so the VIP puts you in the top position where you can, I'm talking about, hit the top of the compensation plan, 20% direct commission. And I like how Elon asked the question, I think is important. She said, well, 20%, and she asked me to expound on it. I said, well, here's the beauty in this compensation plan. We don't have any levels. It's not multi-levels, okay? So let me give you an example, and I'll go into depth so you guys can understand this. You get 20% direct commissions, but you also earn $80 euros every time you cycle, which is usually about between $90 and $100. And so we've always said $100 that you'll get just to kind of give you a conversion, okay? So you got 20%. Let's say you came at VIP, you brought in a VIP, and you got 20% of their package. Now you also are going to get $100 every time you cycle. So with this, you build a team on the left and a team on the right, but it's not a traditional binary, because you get paid on both sides. It's not just getting paid on your lesser leg or anything like that. Your volume never flushes at the end of the week or end of the month. Never flushes. Your volume just sits there and waits for you to cash out, basically. And so let's say that you came in at VIP, you bought in a VIP, you dropped your VIP in on your lesser side, and you cycled. This would allow you to cycle 4 times. So on top of you getting 20% from that VIP, you also just earn $400 upfront money getting paid out every week. Commissions are in real time. So as soon as you make the money, you see it right there in your back office so that you can see where your commissions is going to be for the payout of the following week. And so that's 20% direct commission at VIP. Normally the packages are $2,100. But because gold right now is at an all-time low, I believe the lowest that it'll ever be, then now you can get it at $1,600. That is huge, because we give you 100 euros off once you get that package, because one of the things that come in your kit is bonus and discount cards. The next option is our gold option. Okay, now with the first package, you get 3 grams of gold, the beautiful business kit, all the bonus and discount cards is going to give you 3% off your gold for a year. So every year you can put another 3% bonus card in, and on top of the $58, you get another 3% off of your gold purchases for the whole year. Okay, you also get the 100 euro bonus cards in there. So when someone comes in at VIP, you can give them 100 euros off. All right, so then the gold option right at $800, one time cost. You'll get 2 grams of gold, beautiful business kit, 15% direct commissions, meaning anytime somebody comes in, you'll earn 15% of whatever package that they choose, and then you'll get $75 every time you cycle, okay, which is 60 euros. Then we have the silver package right at $400, one time cost to you, is going to give you half of what you would get at VIP, which is 10% direct commission, and then $50 cycle earnings. Okay. And so you get 1 gram of gold with that. So all of them put you in a position you can upgrade at any time by paying the difference. But I can tell you this, if you are in a position starting off 2016 to come in at the top, don't play with it. Do not play with it. I had so many people to tell me testimonies say, oh my goodness, Dr. China, this is so crazy to me. I calculated how much money I lost by not coming in at the top and coming in kind of putting my toe in to kind of see, get my feet wet. And I had the money to come in at the top, but I was kind of playing with it. And I missed out on, I want to say she said about $3,000 because she didn't come in where she should have come in at on commissions, and she didn't realize that it was going to take off the way it did. And so, that's what I want to encourage. If you are able to, definitely do it. We had a gentleman who's 65 years old who said that he was never able to save more than $100 a month at a time. He was never able to save more than $100 a month. This guy is living just freedom. He has accumulated from the system without even coming out of his pocket. Listen to what I'm saying. From the system without coming out of his pocket, 20 ounces of gold, and he is living a total financially free life. So not only is he building up gold from the system, he is saving in gold, but he is earning serious money from the system when he's living a financially free life. So I think what's important is that you understand that sacrifice, even if you have to make it, that top package is definitely going to give you the best position.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Well, with that said, I think we shared enough information for now. And I'll be quite honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, on this, call, a webinar today, I just, as you can see, there's no PowerPoint presentation. There's no, detailed information because to be quite honest with you, I just literally came on board not too much about a day or two ago. But the other
Right.
thing about that is that it is in positioning right now for you because if you know me, I do not play. And I'll be honest with you, I have my own personal goals. You see, I know that I'll get back to my 7 figures. That's not an issue for me at all. But I'm going to tell you what I got profound amount of relief and a profound amount of joy was when I created my million, I was able to help other people create their millions and live a fantastic life and financial freedom and all the bells and whistles that go with it. And to be honest with you, I don't need to do this program beyond the fact that I really like the retirement aspect of it. But my dream and my goal is to I'm full fledged into this because I like the idea and the concept. It allows me to have my cake and eat it too, where I'm allowed to help other people do the same thing that they need to do for themselves. They know it, but they just don't have the vehicle or the resources to be able to do it for myself. So I am proud and I am privileged and honored to help you achieve your financial goals and dreams. So, with that said, what I'm going to do is three things that I want you to do. Number one, your options are here is to become a top leader package, become involved with this program. We're going to discuss that a little bit further. Here's my number. It's real simple. You're going to talk directly with me. And what I loved about China, what I loved the way this was set up, she called me and we talked directly about the opportunity. And based upon the financial education that's involved, and based upon the intricacies of the fact that we're dealing with money and you're making a serious financial investment, we want to honor you. We're going to give you personalized attention to make it happen. So, in a nutshell, you're going to talk directly with me and you're going to work directly with me. It's really that simple. So, you're going to call me at 678-644-1816. Once again, my number is 678-644-1816. I'm going to leave that up there. And that's for people who want to come in at the number one. You want to build an organization. You're going to come in at the VIP, the gold level, or the silver level. You want to work towards that. You're going to work directly with me. And not only am I going to give you the business opportunity, but I'm going to give you the business in the box also. I'm going to give you the marketing strategies that will allow you to be able to grow your business substantially, not only domestically in the United States, but also internationally. Because this is, keyword, an international business. We're talking 120 countries, okay, that you have access to of people. That's 8 billion people, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you can find a few people that will be interested in what you have to share. The other aspect of it, if you want to come in at the number two level on a part-time basis, you want to complement your retirement plan and share it with just your family, friends, and loved ones, wonderful. We're going to assist you also. So that's another two option. Or last but not least, you can come in as a wonderful customer and we'll help grow you by teaching you financial education to purchase your gold as well as to assist to either complement your retirement plan you have today or transfer your retirement plan and create a better one with our gold system that we have in place for you. So that's one, that's two, and that's three that we just now gave you. And last but not least, I'm going to say it again. Once again, it's Ilan Bomani and China Bethley. And we want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Once you have, yes,
Quick, I don't want to interrupt, but I just don't want to close out without saying this. I think this is so important.
sure, please.
We have something called First Movers Advantage here with Cara Bars International, and let me tell you how. Yeah, it's called First Movers Advantage, and it's so strong. Elon just came in a day and a half ago, and she's doing a webinar today. The webinar that she's doing today is for the people that she really wants to position at the top of her organization. The way this works is I brought a lady in, for example. The woman has hundreds of people underneath her that are performing at a high level, and she has no clue who they are because of when she got in. You guys are in position to be a part of a huge power team that's building strategies where you build two power legs. And those of you who are sharp, who are savvy, and who are ready to run, I'm going to tell you right now, do not hesitate. Do not delay. Whatever questions you have, trust me, we can answer them. If you are here in Atlanta, we have an event that is going on tomorrow that is going to knock your socks off. If you're not here in Atlanta, we leverage social media, we leverage technology with webinars all the time. But you want to be at the top of Elon's organization, I'm telling you right now. This woman is about to put a campaign together online that is going to knock your socks off. And we are in 120 countries around the world. How would you like for some of the efforts of Elon, some of the efforts of myself to fall underneath you just because you made the move first? It's called First Movers Advantage. You benefit from the person who makes the decision after you. That's the potential that you have. So I'm going to say right now, those of you who see this or who know how Elon operates and you know what you're dealing with, now, guys, you have me along with that to help to support you. Don't hesitate. Get on board quickly. Position yourself. accumulate your get that package, and let's start saving your goals so we can help you to do the same thing, launching your business and building a substantial team and building your goal reserves at the same time. So Elon, I just have to say that because I don't want anybody to get off the phone and say, oh my goodness, I did not know. I was at a PGR, and that's what we call it, our private goal receptions. I was at a PGR, and I'm looking at a couple. This was all couples in the room, a power couple. One guy was a VIP banker. His wife was a retired military colonel, and they had jumped on board. And they told their testimony on how they waited, and they wished that they wouldn't wait. They have kicked their butt self in the butt. This is the people who just invested the $5,000 to get gold. They did an event at their home, and it was all couples that was there. This one couple who arrived first had an opportunity to have some personal time with us before we started. And the wife really wanted to move. She wanted to leap. And her husband was there, and he was listening, but he wanted to kind of go home and talk to her, and I totally understand that. Another couple came, and the husband really wanted to move, and the wife was more, well, I want to read up about it, yada yada. Let me tell you what happened. The couple who showed up first, the wife, and I said, look, I pulled the couple to the side who did the event. Listen, I'm watching what's happening, and I can't push any buttons or do anything to make anybody uncomfortable, but this woman really wants to get in. But I'm watching this. She's about to miss this. This husband over here, though his wife, so it was only one in the couples that was really, really ready to go. But that husband wasn't playing on his side. The husband was like, look, was putting her foot down. Let me tell you something. I don't know how that operation worked, but that wife was putting her foot down. She was like, well, she didn't say, baby, she said, we going to go home. And she was making a decision, bottom line. The husband was like, this just makes sense to me. I mean, I'm trying to think, this just makes sense to me. Shoot, I'm ready to, what you said, I can position myself. Shoot, this makes sense. He just kept saying it. Not that he was trying to over talk her anything like that. He was just showing her with everything in him, this just makes sense to me. We need some gold. We don't have any. The couple who came first did not position before the couple of the husband who kept saying it just makes sense. And before the day was over, the wife was the one that was leading it as if she was the one saying it just made sense to her all the while. Now, the other couple still got in the same day, but guess what they missed? They missed having a power couple on their team because they did not move aggressively. They did not move first. They heard the information first. They got there first, and the wife really wanted it, and they still got in the same day. They did not get in. First couple got in. And so now they are positioned underneath the couple that they could have been positioned on top of. I just want to leave you guys with that because it's all about drawing a line in the sand. This is 2016, and oh yes, it is going to be sweet 16 because of the sweet year of huge manifestation. This is not a year to contemplate or procrastinate, but this is a year to move. So I want to encourage you with that and let you know we do have first movers advantage. You do have an advantage for moving first. So Elon, I know that you may want to give out your link so that they can go ahead and position. They may have some questions for you now. If you want me to give it out, I can give it out. But however you choose to do that piece, I definitely know we're ready to help to support them to see the same level of success.
With that in mind, China, you're absolutely right. So I'm having everybody give me a phone call at 678-644-1816. With that in mind, once you give me that call, you're going to get that link, and we're going to position you in a position, because once I really blow this up, like China mentioned, all those individuals will be positioned underneath you. That's why I'm giving everybody a chance now. Like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I made millionaires before. I'm in a position to do that now. Now, everybody that was slow, yeah, like the old saying goes, if you slow, you blow, you move, you lose. And those people that didn't jump on the bandwagon with my real estate initiative, well, they missed out of it, and some people became millionaires. Most people let the start stop them, ladies and gentlemen. Do not, I repeat, do not let the start stop you. With that in mind, I want everybody to once again, Elon Bomani at 678-644-1816. I already got a phone call in right now. I've got a couple of people that I'm going to be bringing in. I've got on my just trying to let you know my phone is ringing off the hook right now with everybody coming on board. So we got things rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. So give me a call right away as soon as possible. Once you do that, you will get the link. We're going to position you. We want to get your business rocking and rolling. Any more questions until we say goodbye? I want to thank everybody very much for being on this call. I look forward to seeing you at the top, over the top, and more important, ladies and gentlemen, ching ching. I will see you at the bank. Bye bye
All
for
right.
now.
God bless
Thanks,
you guys.
China.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.